Hi second graders, Miss Diorio here from Citizenship Academy with Module 7, Lesson 22 today. Today we're going to be practicing length again on two-digit sums. So yesterday we were talking about going from one number to the next and backwards. Today we're going to be practicing more problems with that. So you want to make sure you have something to write with today as you're going to be making your own number lines. All right. Let's get started with some compensation. So a couple lessons ago we did this with multiples of 10. Today we're going to try it with hundreds. Same idea though. You don't need your paper for this. We're going to do it all in our heads. So we're going to take 420 plus 290. To do that, let's try and get the number that's closest to its next 100 to its next 100. So if we have 420 plus 190, which number is closer to its next 100? Good, 190. How many more does 190 need to get to its next 100? Just 10, right? So where are we going to get that 10 from? Good, from the 420. That's going to, for taking that 10 away, that's going to make that 420, 410. So we're going to add 410 plus 200. And what's that going to give us? 610. Nice work. All right, let's try another one. 370 plus 190. Which number is closer to its next 100? Awesome. And how many more does 190 need to get to its next 100? 10. Very good. Where are we going to get that 10 from? 370. Excellent work. Now, what's our new number sentence going to be? Remember, we're taking the 10 away from the 370. Good. It's going to be 360 plus 200. So whatever we do to one, we have to do the other. And when we're doing addition, we have to make sure if we take from one, if we add to one, we take from the other. So 360 plus 200 is going to be 560. Nice job. All right, let's try another one. 290 plus 230. Which number is closer to its next 100? 290. Good. How many does 290 need to make the next 100? Make the next 100, sorry. Good. Just 10. That's going to bring us to 300. Where are we going to get that 10 from? 230. Good. So remember, we're adding to the 290, so we're taking away from the 230. What's our new number sentence going to be? 300 plus 220, and that's going to give us 520. Nice work. All right, let's try this one. A little bit different again. 340 plus 180. Which one is closer to its next 100? Not asking which one's bigger, which one is closer to its next 100? Good, 180 is. How many more does 180 need to make its next 100? Excellent, it needs 20. So we're going to take that 20 from the 340. When we do that, remember, we're going to take it away. What's our new number sentence going to be? 320 plus 200 is going to give us 520. Nice work, guys. All right. Let's get into our number lines and our word problems for today. So, our word problem for today says, Liza, Cecilia, and Dylan are playing soccer. Liza and Cecilia are 120 feet apart. Dylan is between them. If Dylan is standing the same distance from both girls, how many feet is Dylan from Liza? So I want you to go ahead and draw this number line on your paper. We have Liza at one end, Cecilia on the other, and they're 120 feet apart. Dylan is in the middle. We want to figure out the distance between Dylan and the other two girls. Okay, so once you have that number line on you, let's start figuring it out. So we have Liza on one end, Cecilia on the other. What we want to do is figure out what that middle point is going to be. Now, what I'm thinking is I know 120. Another way to think of that is thinking of that as just 12. And half of 12, halfway from 0 to 12. 12 makes a double, so that's 6. So halfway in between could be 60. So Dylan is 60 feet between Cecilia and Liza. 60 plus 60 equals 120. That's a way to check that. So Dylan is 60 feet from Liza, and he's 60 feet from Cecilia. All right, so we're going to get ready to draw some more number lines. So we're going to relate length, like we've been talking about it, to a number line. So we're going to use a number line to show 20 yards more than 35 yards. So go ahead and draw a line on your paper, number line on your paper. Okay, we're going to show 35 yards at one endpoint. We want to know what 20 more yards than that is. To do that, we can count by 5s, we can count by 10s, whatever you're more comfortable with. In this example here, we're counting by 5s. So we're taking 35 and we're going to add on till we get 20 more. So 10, 20, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20. Or it would be to add 10s. I'm going to do it by 10s on mine. So I have 35, 45, 55. So we know 55 is 20 more yards than 35. Okay. For this one, I'm going to give you a different unit and an endpoint. I want you to write an addition sentence to match how much more length I'm telling you to add. So I want you to show 15 more than 45. So on your number line, you're going to start at 45. We want to add 15 more. Now, I'm going to count by 5s to add 15 more. If I'm adding 15 more, I know 5, 10, 15 is going to be there. So I'm going to count by 5s to get from 45 to my next endpoint. So 45, 50, 55, 60. It's going to be my next endpoint. So 45 plus 15, 5, 10, 15 is going to get me to 60. All right, let's try another one. So on this one, they're going to tell us the units to use. So we want to show 50 more than 60 using units of 10. So go ahead and start your number line. What is our endpoint going to be in this one? I want us to show 50 more than 60. Good. Our endpoint is going to be 60. Don't get confused by the language. Now for this one, we're going to be counting by 10s, and we want to show 50 more. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay? So I know my endpoint is going to be here. Now what I can do is count by 10s from 60 to here to see what that number is. So we have 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. That point on my graph is going to be, my point on my number line is going to be 110. So 60 plus 50 gets me 110. Awesome work. All right, let's do another one. I want to show 30 more than 85 using units of 5. So a little bit different this time. I'm going to draw another number line. You should do the same. All right, what is our first endpoint going to be? Show 30 more than 85 using units of 5. Good. Our endpoint is going to be 85. Now, what is the unit we're going to be counting by? 5s. Very good. So I'm going to make some hash marks on my number line so I can start counting by 5s. Now I want to show 30 more. So my first step is I'm going to count out 30 more on my number line. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So my endpoint, my other endpoint is going to be there. Now I need to count it out. 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115. So 85 plus 30 is going to give us 115. Awesome. All right, before I let you go today, I want us to try one with subtraction. So go ahead and set up your number line. When we do subtraction, instead of going to the right, we're going to go to the left because we're taking away. You'll see what I mean. Okay. So for this one, we're going to show 15 less than 55 using units of 5. So when we set up a subtraction problem, I'm going to put my 55 over here because, again, we're moving from right to left instead of left to right. We're going this way when we subtract. Okay, so I'm going to set up the endpoint that I know right here. We want to know 15 less using units of 5. So each of these units is going to be 5. What I'm going to do is count out the 15 to start. So I'm going to go 10, 5, 10, 15. So my endpoint is going to be here. My other endpoint is going to be there. Now we have to do the actual units. So we're at 55. We're going to go back 50, 45, 40. 55 minus 15 is going to give us 40. So when you're doing addition, you're going this way. Oop, nope. Backwards on my screen. Addition, you're going this way. Subtraction, you're going this way. Be careful which way you're going. Make sure you know your units and you know how much you're moving when you start moving on the number line. You don't just want to willy-nilly go, oh, I'm going to jump back 5. Know how many you're moving before you start counting with your numbers. All right? That's what you're going to practice on your own today in your problem set, and we'll continue with more of that tomorrow.